you guys are here with WHBC 96.3, Howard University's student-run radio station. We're sitting with Khleo Thomas.
Yeah.
So we just had an amazing event. We heard a lot about your life and how you're handling yourself on social media and stuff now. And actually transitioning from a child star, a lot of people don't end up making it because, you know, other circumstances, whatever it may be. But you're still here. You're still very relevant. Can you talk to me about the stuff that you're doing today, including your clothing brand?
Let's see. We have acting still going on. Just finished up Shameless and Being Mary Jane and Major Crimes. I have a film coming out called We the Coyotes. I'm in the process of getting my own independent film funded, so that's been cool. And music-wise, you know, had an incredible tour last year, and we have a clothing brand, Slick Living. We started the sister company Glam, Goddess Living Amongst Men, last month, which was really cool to see, about women empowerment. I have a little sister, and you know, seeing how she looks at the world and seeing the generational gap between the two and how the younger generation is even seeing the world. She was a big influence for that. I have the podcast, the Werewolves podcast. That's a Patreon exclusive. So a lot of great things. Yeah.
So the next thing that I wanted to ask you about, actually if we can get a little deeper, if that's okay with you. I saw on social media, you know, you posted about your good friend, Shad Moss.
Yeah.
And I see that he is going through some things and not everybody's being very positive or understanding about it. How do you feel about mental health in the Black community, especially with Black men and like trying to express how they feel?
Yeah. That's one of those things that even I had to grow into, to be real, because it's almost like a stigma, I think, within Black men and our emotions. We're taught to just be a man, like suck it up. You know, that's what my father told me for years, and I still hold those traits, and I think it is because of him I am who I am today. I think it is due to, you know, how we're raised, that a lot of Black men don't have the opportunity to speak about what they're going through and the things they experience. You know, you brought up Bao and the fact that he's going. I don't think it's a breakdown. I think it's just finally a breakthrough for somebody like him. You know, this guy has had a level of success and superstardom that no one in this day and age has ever seen before and will probably never see again. You know, I was having a conversation about the demographic thing. I'm like, it's one thing for a Justin Bieber to sell out an arena when the families of these kids that are paying for these tickets have it. He was doing it at an age where Black families didn't even have the ability to really spend that, and he was still selling out arenas. So that puts him on a different pedestal, just to me personally. So he's like I said, it's not a breakdown; it's a breakthrough finally.
So I've been following you for a while, and most infamous, I've seen like Snapchat. You were one of the stories that I go to every day. I'm like, I wake up, check Twitter, you know, that's like the morning paper. Then I go to Snapchat and I'm like, oh, Khleo, what was he talking about last night? What's he doing in his car today? Where is he going? You're always in the car going somewhere. Yeah. You're so busy. How do you stay focused?
A lot of times it's really just off the cuff. Like, we talked about earlier when we were here, our cell phones are literally the television screen now. So I realized a long time ago that I have my own show. And I'm going to say and do whatever I want. And, it took some time to really, find the balance between that, because there was times where I didn't want to go too far off the deep end because I know what that may cause. And we are a very sensitive generation as of recently. It's getting a little too touchy out here. You say one wrong thing and then just crucify his ass. So it's insane. But, I did find a bit of a balance, and I'm very excited with the balance that I have found. I'm very aware of the influence that I do have, and that's why I speak on the subjects that I do. And at the end of the day, just try to preach a message and to go out there and get what you deserve, what you feel that you really do deserve, because a lot of people will downplay their actual capabilities for God knows what for social media purposes. Man, go out there and do that, bro.
So now we know that you do post daily, multiple times a day sometimes. But what is next for you? Is there anything in the works, like big?
Yeah, we launched the sister company to Slick Living called Glam, Goddess Living Amongst Men, and that was a 5-year process. I had this idea 5 years ago, and I couldn't bring it to life then. So I was really excited to bring it to life, last month, and I'm looking to really expand on this idea. I want to do featurettes or vignettes every single month dedicated to women in their element, like what they are capable of doing. I don't think there's an actual team out there doing it yet. So I want to do that in Los Angeles. I'm going to take a lot of time to, build on these stories that I see of the women that I know personally, to me, that I know are doing incredible things, and look to them to help inspire, all the women out there in the world. And then my independent film, getting that up and running. And then everyone's been asking me about this Slick Living jacket. Like, this has been like 6 months. They're like, where's the jacket? Like, when is it coming? And I'm like, I got to get this jacket out. But it's been like the longest process to get it done. But I'm very excited for the Slick Living jacket to be on the way. The podcast is growing, and it's been so much fun to do. It's been so much fun. So continuing to do that, I have these a Werewolves Loot Crate boxes I'm getting ready to do. I'm really excited about that. So like Loot Crate, people get to have like a present sent to them like every month. It's a box, and there's a whole bunch of different little things in it. I realized that over the years, all these things that I've done, I have so much stuff. Like I have call sheets and scripts, and when I did House, I literally have the mannequin of my actual face. Like it's like silicone, and they had to put my tumor from the show on this thing. So I have that at the house. I have all these things, and I want to give that to people. They're just sitting there, but I know someone would appreciate having like this piece of the entertainment world. So I'm really excited for that. And yeah, man, so many great things in the works. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. I'm cool. I'm still here. I'm living. I'm doing my thing. I'm very happy.
You're Slick Living.
I'm Slick Living at its finest, man. Yeah.
Do you still have the jacket? Do you want to show it off for the camera?
Yeah. I mean, this is the jacket, and it's crazy because here's like the real story behind all of this. I go on tour with Bow after Roll Bounce, and I had his team jacket. It was his big dog paw on the back of his jacket, and we used it on tour, and I loved it so much. Like I wore it damn near every day, even when we were done with tour. But I always wanted my own team jacket. Like I always wanted it. So to actually have mine that says Slick Living, that has the Werewolves logo on the back, I mean, paying homage to like what everyone's always gonna be able to know for is the zero thing, and then of course the logo on this side, boom, Slick Living, and then oh man, the thing that rubs everybody wrong is this, the woke aware thing. People are very upset with me about that, and it's cool. I rub a lot of people wrong sometimes, but it is what it is. So that's coming soon. There will only be a limited number of them. Like everything with Slick Living, nothing restocks. Once it's sold out, it never comes back. These will literally be individually numbered. There's going to be a note and a card on the inside of every single one of them. Very excited for that.
Okay, well, that means you need to go get it like as soon as it drops.
As soon as it drops.
And I know you said it's coming soon. Do we have a tentative date that we can look out for?
I'm calling the end of the month. As of right now, I'm calling the end of the month. So if you see this, before y'all done rah-rahing in the school about what y'all got going on, some things going on at your school, y'all need to figure out. So y'all need to figure out what the heck going on that side. Like I really want to go there and see the action live myself. So yeah.
You can come if you want.
I might have to walk through there one time and
Definitely pull up.
I want to rah-rah with y'all one time. Like, hey, where the cash at though, bro? So just know.
Yeah, we're gonna be here. And just saying, my birthday is at the end of this month,
so we may need to slide.
Gotta put in that order quickly.
Facts, big facts. So
how can people contact you? How can people watch you? How can they get the Slick Living releases, all that stuff?
On all social media, Khleo Thomas at Slick Living is a site as well. The slicklivingapparel.com site. If you don't want to miss any releases, you have to make sure to sign up for the mailing list is at the top of the Slick Living Apparel site. We're getting ready to implement something where the site completely just shuts down and you won't be able to see anything at all until the day of the release, and you're going to have to get a password in order to even get to the site. So that's coming. Make sure you guys log on to patreon.com/Khleo Thomas for the podcast, for the Loot Crate box, for the movie night. Oh, can I talk about the movie night that I did? Yo, I had so much fun. Okay, for years I've been wanting to do this thing where I could watch the films that I'm in with the people. Like I would love to watch The Matrix with Keanu Reeves. Like I would love to do that. So I did this thing on Patreon where I had people sign up for a Slick Living movie night, and they got to literally watch Holes with me. It was the coolest thing I've ever done. So be there, on the live stream, they get to watch the film, and then I get to tell them about certain scenes, things they never even knew about it. It was so much fun to do. So we recently just did that. Roll Bounce is next, and then Walking Tall, and then some of the TV things that I've done. So yeah, that's also coming in the future too. Yeah. Yo, what's going on? It's Khleo Thomas, and you are tuned into WHBC. Stay tuned because I got a lot more coming in the future.